Hi everyone, this is Tasneem. In this episode of For All Humans, we share the inspiring stories of 3 British Victorians who became Muslim at the height of the British Empire. The stories are narrated in recent BBC articles. The articles tell the stories of such pioneers who defied Victorian norms at a time when Christianity was the bedrock of British identity. The first convert we'll talk about is William Henry Quilliam, who became fascinated with the Islamic faith and adopted the name of Abdullah after his conversion to Islam. Quilliam, who was brought up as a Methodist, embraced Islam and described his new faith as reasonable and logical, and that it did not contradict his personal beliefs. In 1887, Quilliam established England's first mosque in Liverpool, which opened on Christmas Day and hosted educational classes covering a wide range of subjects. The mosque also included a museum and a science laboratory. Queen Victoria ordered Quilliam's pamphlet titled Faith of Islam, which introduced the Islamic faith to the general population and was further translated into 13 languages. In 1894, Quilliam was appointed as Sheikh al-Islam of the British Isles, a title reflecting his leadership in the British Muslim community. It is estimated that around 600 people converted to Islam in Britain as a direct result of Quilliam's work. Quilliam said on Islam and the British Empire, "When we consider that Islam is so much mixed up with the British Empire and the many millions of Muslim fellow subjects who live under the same rule, it is very extraordinary that so little should be generally known about this religion, and consequently, the gross ignorance of the masses on the subject allows them to be easily deceived and their judgment led astray." Quilliam was a charismatic preacher, lawyer, writer, and community leader. He was also known for his work with the underprivileged and was an advocate for trade unionism and divorce law reform. Quilliam died in London in 1932 and was buried in Surrey Town. The second aristocratic Victorian is Lady Evelyn Cobbold, later known as Zainab. Lady Evelyn was born in Edinburgh, Scotland in 1867, the daughter of the 7th Earl of Dunmore. She spent her childhood winters in North Africa, where she had been inspired by the spiritual Muslim way of life. There, she said, I learned to speak Arabic, and my delight was to escape my governess and visit the mosque with my Algerian friends, and unconsciously, I was a little Muslim at heart. It was only when she visited Italy with a friend and went to see the Pope, who asked her if she was Catholic, that she replied saying she was Muslim. Nevertheless, she claimed she had been Muslim all her life, and there was no intrinsic moment she converted. She later wrote in her memoirs, I am often asked when and why I became a Muslim. I can only reply that I do not know the precise moment when the truth of Islam dawned upon me. It seems that I have always been a Muslim. In 1933, at the age of 65, she announced her conversion and became the first Western woman to make the Hajj pilgrimage. She penned a best-selling book, Pilgrimage to Mecca, detailing her experience. Her book, Pilgrimage to Mecca, is the first Hajj account by an English woman, and her diary also is the oldest record of a trip to Hajj. She died in 1963 at the age of 96. She left instructions that her gravestone on a hill in remote Inverness in Scotland bear the words, Allahun nur as-samawati wal ard, which translates as, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Roland Allinson Wynne, better known as Lord Headley, is the 3rd Victorian Muslim we'll talk about in this video. He would have been the first Muslim to sit in the House of Lords had he taken the position due to him when he became the 5th Baron Headley in 1913. Instead, that same year, he converted to Islam and became Sheikh Rahmatullah al-Farouk. 1 year later, in 1914, Lord Headley became head of the British Muslim Society. He was educated at Westminster and Trinity College at Cambridge. After graduating from college, he was engaged in educational and civil engineering works. He was a man of many talents. One contemporary profile published in Time magazine described him as a man of many parts, a champion middleweight boxer in his day at Cambridge, a distinguished globetrotter, an editor, and an excellent raconteur. He was also one of the earliest exponents of what we know today as martial arts. In 1890, Lord Headley co-wrote one of the earliest manuals on self-defense called Broadsword and Singlestick, before going on to write one of the first modern guides to boxing. Lord Headley was the author of several books on Islam, including A Western Awakening to Islam and 3 Great Prophets of the World. He made the Hajj pilgrimage to Mecca in 1923. Lord Headley died in England in June 1935, and his final request to his son was that he be buried in an Islamic cemetery. In If you liked what you saw, please remember to like, comment, share, and let us know what you think in the comment section below. See you all next time.